Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here in New York. So I'm in New York for just a few days with my husband. He's here on business. And I'm just going to be wandering the streets, mostly alone, having a look in the shops, going to various cafes, restaurants, bars, might do a comedy club. Today in New York it's around 5 degrees. It's pretty sunny though, it's really nice and sunny. It's the first time in New York and can't wait to see what's in the shops and just to see what this amazing city has to offer. I'll be meeting my husband later for dinner and drinks, and I think we're going to Harlem, a soul food restaurant called Melba's. It's a place that I've heard Wendy Williams rave about all along, so I've always wanted to go. I've never tried soul food, so that will be my first time. So now I'm heading to the subway. I'm guessing it's just like the underground in London. Guys, I've got about 4 layers of clothing on today. I didn't pack the appropriate clothing. So when we got here last night, it was absolutely freezing. Yeah, I've got 4 layers on today. So we're staying at a hotel called the Art House, which is fairly close to where my husband needs to be for his business meeting. I think it's just around the corner from Broadway. So I'm just out here exploring. It's my first time. I don't know anything about New York, so I'm really excited to be here. I'm on West 74th Street. So we are staying on the Upper West Side, which is an affluent neighbourhood. It's vibrant with a lot of restaurants, cafes and bars. Our nearest subways are 79th Street and 72nd Street. I found it pretty easy to navigate. If you are used to the London Underground, it's pretty easy. So the first place I went to was the World Trade Center location, or Ground Zero. I can't begin to imagine the terror and pandemonium in this area when 9/11 happened. A beautiful fountain has been built with the names of people who sadly lost their lives at that time. I kept walking until I came across a really big shopping mall, but I didn't notice anything different to the shops in the UK. All the typical chain stores, which I'm not really that interested in. So I also decided to get back on the subway and get off at Canal Street. To be quite honest, this area made me feel a little bit uneasy. Maybe it was all the groups of men hanging around. I wasn't really sure what they were doing. As I stood on the corner of Canal Street and Broadway outside a tattoo shop, I saw this massive matte black vehicle outside, and a bunch of guys made their way upstairs. I later found out it was Lil Uzi Vert and his entourage.
Who's that? You know who that is?
Who?
You see that?
No, I didn't see who it was.
Somebody mentioned
It was who?
rapper or something.
Oh, I didn't see his face.
He's in this thing here.
I carried on walking down Broadway, but only saw TJ Maxx and a few other chain stores. That evening, I met my hubby at the hotel bar for drinks. Then we headed to Melba's in Harlem for dinner. The atmosphere was really lively, the food was tasty, and our server, Ewa, was really nice and professional. We ordered the Charleston prawns, fried chicken, collard greens, spinach and waffle fries. Sadly, I didn't have room for dessert. The next day, I headed to Union Square in search of a coat as it was so cold. This area is really busy with street vendors, shops and restaurants everywhere. Everywhere I went in New York, people kept complimenting me and, you know, just were really nice. And I don't mean just men, it was all different types of people, men, women, young, old, gay, straight.
tag me Jamie81 and then you go hard.
Okay.
And enjoy the work and let your eyes fall like the color of the face.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And they were like,
I definitely felt the love in New York. So I eventually found a blush pink Calvin Klein coat for only $40 in the sale. That was in a shop called Burlington's. I guess they sell like discounted designer clothes. I then headed to Carrie Bradshaw's apartment on Perry Street, which is in Greenwich Village. It was only about a 15-minute walk from Union Square. If you don't know who Carrie Bradshaw is, that's Sarah Jessica Parker's character in Sex and the City. Lots of tourists go there just to take photos, so I had to wait my turn. It's a beautiful street. I headed back to our hotel via 42nd Street, and it's just how you imagine it to be, just like the movies. Lots of street performers, buskers and other types of performers providing entertainment in the station. That night we headed to a restaurant called Ghazala's, which is an Israeli restaurant, and it had the most amazing Middle Eastern Mediterranean food. We had the fish of the day. That was probably the best fish dish I've ever had in my life. It was spicy and citrusy all at the same time. It was so good we went there twice. That's on Amsterdam Avenue near 77th Street. So something I said I would always do if I ever visited New York was visit the Wendy Williams show. The tickets are free, but sadly at this time Wendy is not presenting the show as she's battling some personal issues.
It's not good, girl.
Looks like you're in safe hands, pal.
See how you got it snatched at the waist, okay, girl? For Instagram model shit.
one more.
You smell amazing.
So Jerry Springer and Steve Wilkos presented the show. I would have loved to have seen Wendy, but her staff are so nice and friendly. Marco and DJ Sus One were really nice. They posed for pictures with me. So that was a really fun day.
Once we get upstairs and we begin to unload from the elevator, we're going to line starting on this side of the elevator, going in that direction. Once the show begins, make sure your phones are turned off. Masks need to be timed. And once you get to your seat, there's going to be...
Gets away. Come right in.
Hey, Jimmy, can you turn me up just a notch? Hey. Thank you. Once again, who's new to the Wendy Show? Who's new here? Who's new to the Wendy Show? Welcome. So let me tell you something. I go by the name of DJ Sus One, alright? We got Wendy watching from a camera from her crib. She got to make sure things is going right. If you love Wendy Williams, get 2 hands up, 2 hands up, 2 hands up, 2 hands up. Now clap, y'all, hands right there. Clap, clap those hands, clap those hands. Clap those hands. Take this time to welcome each and every one of you to the Wendy Williams Show.
Oh my god, I'm ready to cry. Just press it a few times. Yeah, I got you a few times.
My episode aired the very next morning, so I was able to see myself on TV. After the Wendy Williams show, I met my hubby and we took the train over to New Jersey to go to a bar called the Rooftop at Exchange, and that was just so that we could get an amazing view of the New York skyline across the Hudson River. After that, we headed to get the best pizza in New York, allegedly. We arrived at Bleecker Street Pizza and my heart sank when I saw the slices of pizza on the counter. But we decided to give it a go as we'd researched it and another YouTuber raved about it. So, you know, we thought we'd just give it a go. So many people said it's the best pizza in New York. But sadly, we were not impressed. Seriously, I've had better oven pizzas at home. We just couldn't understand the hype, and it was just not even a comfortable place to sit and eat. But at least we tried it. But we won't be going back there again for pizza. We know what good pizza is, and that wasn't it. After our disappointing pizza, we got a lift to the iconic New York Comedy Club. Tickets were around $30 each, and there were about 6 acts on the night. It was good and we had really good fun. By the way, in New York at the moment, you're constantly asked for COVID passports. So if you're not vaxxed, you have to sit outside and eat in the cold, and you cannot do many indoor activities. Next day, we visited Times Square to see what it's like, and it's just like in the movies. It's busy, vibrant, loud, lots of tourists, street performers, chain stores and restaurants. It was nice, but I don't need to see Times Square again on my next trip. It's very touristy and I didn't see any unique shops. Obviously, New York is so big, you can't see everything in a few days. You have to come multiple times. I thought it was quite funny seeing a mobile vasectomy clinic. Overall, I really enjoyed New York and I can't wait to visit again in a warmer season. November was super cold. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, then please give me a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe to my channel, as I really want to grow this channel next year. Thanks for watching, guys.